Hey everyone, it's Don from Don's Field of Dreams Cards. Wanted to make a video tonight focusing on some cards in my collection that are mid-grade cards. Grades 4 to 6.5, I believe, is the range. And the reason I wanted to show these cards were that I wanted to show the quality of cards that you can get in, I don't want to say the lower grades, but at least the mid-grades. I think they call these collector grades. And I think a lot more people are going for these grades now just because the 7s, 8s, 9s, and vintage are just climbing so high. It's just becoming unattainable. And even in these grades that I'm about to show, they've gone up quite a bit. But I wanted you to see some of my cards and just the quality that you can get. To be honest, there's some of these cards, I don't know why they've graded this, but you know, I'm fine with that because it made it affordable for me to get them. So let's go through some of the cards I wanted to show from my collection. So the first one here is a 1969 Topps Nolan Ryan. I believe I've shown this card before, but you know, the centering's really good. Corners are sharp. None of these cards I'm going to show tonight have creases on them. The back is very nice as well. I guess it might the top to bottom centering's a little bit off, but again, backs don't bother me. Don't look at those very often. Another card I think I've shown before, my 1969 Topps Johnny Bench. Again, great centering, great corners for a 5. I mean, I'm no grader, but if you had put this in an 8 or 9, I wouldn't have known the difference. Back looks really clean to me as well. 1961 Henry Aaron. Again, there's a little, what do they call that, cat or a fish eye there, and the centering's a little off left to right. And the back looks very nice as well to me. So another great looking card in a 5. And again, if these were 7, 8s, and 9s, in most cases they wouldn't be in my collection. Nellie Fox, a 6. Centering's beautiful on this card if you ask me. Back looks great. Again, there's no marks on these cards. The corners are nice. No creases. The centering's not perfect on some of these, but again, you can't have everything in these grades. 1954 Phil Rizzuto. Another card that's really nicely centered. You know, a little bit off down here, and you know, the corners have a few touches on it, but for 1954, this is in fantastic condition. You know, it's a little diamond cut in the back there, so that could have something to do with the 5. Gaylord Perry rookie. Again, centering looks great to me. You know, it is tough with the wood grain look to it, and you know, the corners here have a little bit of dings, but again, another great looking 5 in my opinion. Next one, 1952 Bowman Johnny Mize 5. Again, look at the corners on this card, the centering, the color of it. Okay, so I said none of these cards had staining on the back. I was wrong. This one does, but again, the back does not bother me very much. So very happy to have that card. Some of my SGC cards, 1952. I didn't even realize I had 2 Johnny Mizes in here, and I've got them in a row. But again, this is a 6, the old label SGC, little off center left to right, but the rest of the front looks fantastic. Again, the back a little bit off, but not enough to bother me. Harmon Killer Brew 1958. Now this one is off-centered a good bit, top to bottom. It's hard to tell with the yellow and white background, and the corners have a little wear, 5.5. The back looks very clean. So as you can see, they're not perfect, but they are pretty sharp. I mean, look at this card for a 4.5 of Jim Koch. You know, this card to me looks like it came right out of a pack. Color, centering, okay, the back is pretty off, but you know, and I know that goes into the thought of it, but when you display them, no one sees that. 1966 Lubrock, again, great centering. And when I say great for me, I know some people this may not be great centering, so it's all an opinion. I just don't like cars that are, it looks like they were cut right on the edge here, or they're way off. But if they're a little bit off, that is perfectly acceptable for what I collect. Here's a 4.5 Henry Aaron, and 1956, one of my favorite sets. Now this one is pretty off-centered, but still shows really well. And for a 4.5, again, it made this card doable for my budget. Just a couple more here. Robin Roberts, 1958. The coloring on it is fantastic. Again, a little bit of centering issues on it, but nothing major. Clean backs. This one might be a little harder to see because, as I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of the 71s in SGC, or I guess any other black bordered card, just because it makes it a little harder to see. 6.5 here. It is off-centered. Let's see if we can bring it in or show it a little bit left to right there. You can see where it's cut a little bit off-center, but a very nice presentation of his rookie card. And the last one I'm going to show you here is a 1965 Juan Marichal PSA 5. Again, love the centering, love the corners. I'm sounding like a broken record here, I get it. But just really love the looks of these cards. So, you can have some really fantastic cards. And, it's cliche, and I've heard it on here a million times, buy the card, not the grade. But, man, is it true. Some of the cards that you get for the price compared to a 7 or 8, and I'm there was a time where I wouldn't go below a 4, and I'm looking at 2.5, 3s, trying to find something that's presentable. It's just the way the market is today. I want to thank everyone for watching my videos as always, and have a good night.